If you know anything about me or my channel, you'll no doubt know that I rather love the ocean. But aside from the personal connection I feel towards it, there's actually a lot of things that we can learn from the ocean, and many messages that we can receive from it, if we just listen and are open to receiving. Being in and around the ocean can really put things in perspective and remind us that the world is larger than our own lives. It reminds us that things are ever changing and teaches us to be more present, to live in and embrace each moment, because you never know how quickly things can turn. It teaches us how to be prepared for anything and reminds us of the importance of learning to adapt to our circumstances. It can teach us how to cope and deal with change, and how to deal with turbulence and unpredictability. It can teach us how to deal with pressure, to know our true limits and when not to push ourselves any further. It can build our mental and physical strength and endurance, teach us how to pace ourselves, and how to remain calm and not give in to fear and panic. Being in the ocean can teach us the importance of the breath and how to control it. It can teach us the importance of assessing our surroundings and timing things right, and reminds us that we can drown if we fight against the current, but if we float with it and trust in where it's going, we'll end up where we're meant to be. Spending time in the surf can teach us how to handle knockdowns, how to get back up again, and the importance of doing so as quickly as we can. Seeing dolphins play in the waves can remind us to have fun and enjoy life, and not take it too seriously. The songs of humpback whales remind us to raise our frequencies, to let our voices be heard, and to sing our songs loud and proud. A sea turtle can remind us to slow down and not rush things. They can remind us that the ability to find our way is within us, that however far we've gone, we can find our way back again. And even if we get lost and venture a little off course, we can correct it and find our way to where we're meant to be. Coral reefs remind us that growth takes time. We can't always see the results straight away, and may not for a while, but that doesn't mean that progress isn't being made. The more time we allow things to grow, the more magnificent they can become. Sea stars remind us that though it may take some time, we have the ability to heal and renew ourselves. We can regrow parts of ourselves we think we've lost and replace them with something new and even better than before. Sea sponges, which filter and cleanse large amounts of water each day, remind us to cleanse ourselves and to filter out the crap within us and our lives. Plankton reminds us to go with the flow and to trust that the currents of life will take us where they're meant to. Clamshells teach us that good things come to those that wait, and that we can turn icky and unpleasant things into something beautiful. Crustaceans remind us that we are always growing and teach us not to be afraid to let go of what no longer serves us, to shed the shells of who we used to be and grow into new and better ones. Tidal creatures can teach us patience and perseverance and remind us that however much life dries us out, we just need to find the strength to withstand and hold on until the next tide of change and possibility comes in. Sharks remind us of our inner strength and power, to hold our ground when it matters, to remain focused on our goals, and to never give up on our true desires. An octopus can teach us that we can find our way out of difficult situations if we just use our intelligence and some creativity. And deep sea creatures remind us that we have the power within us to light our own way when things get dark. Tides remind us to let the debris within our life and within ourselves be washed away and to allow fresh opportunities to come in. Ocean storms remind us that no matter how rough and turbulent things are, things will eventually smooth out again. There will always be a calm front ahead. No matter what's happening above, the deep ocean is always calm, reminding us that even in the worst of storms, there is always a measure of peace somewhere to be found, even if that means we have to retreat deep within ourselves to find it. The ocean reminds us that life is turbulent. There are always highs and lows, and sometimes the contrast between them is big, and sometimes it's small, but we can learn to navigate and brace against them. The ocean can humble us and teach us humility. It reminds us not to think that we know everything, that no matter how much we do know, there's still so much more to be learnt. And it reminds us that there are far greater powers on earth than we human beings. It can teach us that what's on the surface does not necessarily reflect what's beneath, that there are many layers and hidden depths within ourselves and within others, and so much beauty that can be found beneath the surface. The ocean can teach us when to stand firm against the waves, when to hold our ground, and when to drift with the current. With all its colours and otherworldly nature, the ocean can heighten our imagination and provide us with so much inspiration. There are far more life forms in the ocean than there are on land, but despite their vast differences, they manage to live alongside each other harmoniously, and they can teach us to do the same. More than anything else in the natural world, the ocean teaches us to respect nature and reminds us of the consequences if we don't. It teaches and reminds us of the fragility of life. It reminds us that everything is interconnected and that what we do creates an impact. Even the smallest of drops can ripple out further than we think. Everything we do makes some sort of difference, big or small, and we can help change things for the better or the worse. It's just up to us to decide which we want it to be. The ocean, like the natural world as a whole, is constantly telling us things. We just need to remember how to listen. If you liked this video and would like to see more videos about the ocean or my art, support me in my passion and help me to hopefully inspire more people to like and care for our oceans, then clicking away would apparently be really helpful with that. So yeah, click the buttons. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye!